What was that noise? Where's that come from? What in the... No! They haven't.
Emergency reach service.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back along to another episode, quite striking episode of Saving Grandad's Farm, where we are picking up really from where we left you. It is a little bit later in the morning. It's now just after 7 a.m. And the incident from the night before is still very much fresh in our mind, particularly because the boys in blue are still here. And they are kind of looking through the scene at the moment there and figuring out what happened. They already have a bit of an idea, apparently. They're figuring out what who potentially could have done this, and the motives for doing it, really. So, I mean, obviously, for anyone who didn't see the last episode, there, a quick review, a quick catch up for you all. Our Shelby was stolen. And it was stolen right in front of my own eyes here. We were having a few strange events happening recently, and we decided to bring on in rang the police to get them to come on down there, and they had a look and suggested that we move it. So we moved the car on the back of the trailer into this garage, which has an electric and lockable roller shutter door. And then I parked my own truck in front of it, pushed it right up against the edge, and parked it there as a barrier, really. And we came out to some loud noise late last night, around about midnight, 12:30 last night there. A huge build of noise and commotion and scraping the metal and crashing and bangs, and as I came downstairs, out goes a white pickup truck, dragged out the trailer with the car on the back, and away it went. So that's what we know for sure happened. I relayed my accounts across to the officers. I haven't spoken with the officers. They in the past they have seen issues like this happening, and they believe that there is a buyer already lined up for said vehicle. And what typically happens right about now is that the stolen item of question, in this case the Shelby there, is usually hidden locally, or fairly locally. It's hidden until the heat dies down on it a little bit. So give it a month or so, where it'll then be transported away to the buyer. So that's what we know. We know it's we know that it's probably somewhere not too far away there, and that it is being kept under wraps, I guess, until we can move on. But the main issue is how did they know about it? Ever since we pulled this car out of the trees, really. There've been strange happenings around here. We've had cars creeping in past the entrances. We had a van stalking me inside the farmyard over there. Just the other day, we had a gentleman pretending to be I won't call him a gentleman, a man pretending to be a delivery driver creeping through the yard. And so it's all kind of been very suspect and very odd, peculiar behavior. Which then, as we have a look inside here, you'll see that they didn't really leave anything around. They just bolted it. So that's why yesterday we actually just brought the police officer in, and we told them what was going on there, and they mentioned that we should look at just making it a bit more secure and hiding it, because we did have it buried at the back of the shed there behind the combine. And so they suggested we lock it up in the garage here and park the truck in front of it. Which is obviously what we did, and then immediately after that, the very same evening, it maybe been there for about 6 hours at best. The second we had it all parked there, locked there, it was stolen that very same evening. So that is the big question mark there. How do they know about it, and how do they know that they've clearly been watching from the second they knew that it was here? They've clearly watched us to see, and they knew about it there. So. That certainly is raising a few eyebrows, that's for sure, because I'm not sure how that is indeed the case. So that brings me on to the next elephant in the room, and that elephant is probably more specifically a big yellow JCB in the yard. This JCB here, the police currently believe it has been stolen specifically for this reason. Typically they will do that. They won't risk having any vehicles identified as their own, so they will steal everything they need prior to it. Reason to believe the white pickup truck that I saw taking away the trailer, they believe that's probably stolen as well. It's probably been ditched and abandoned somewhere already. So they think the exact same for this. That's why it's still here. It came crashing in. I wouldn't be surprised, and the officers told me this, that if it was brought in on a low loader, maybe half a mile away, dropped off, and then just driven in, we don't know. But what they will be doing is running the registration plates on this, the VIN plates, and figuring out who it belongs to that way, and also checking to see if anyone's reported the JCB missing this morning, because it's still, don't forget, it's still only just after 7 AM there, so farmers might just be getting out onto the yard there to see what's going on, and then if they are actually missing any equipment, it'll get phoned through there, and if they are, then we know where it's going. So we're just leaving that exactly where it is. Nothing's been touched with that one. As for my truck, well, such a shame. I've got to wait for the for officers to open, but I will have to call the insurance up and get them to send out an adjuster or an evaluator, who is gonna have to have a bit of a look through here and see if it's can be repaired, see if it's just cosmetic there, or see what's going on. But yeah, that's hopefully it can be repaired. I really don't know at the moment there, but that's what I'm really hoping for. But yeah, it does leave us in a little bit of a jam, because we're relying upon that heavily for the business, but we'll see how that looks. But yeah, if it's not repairable, then it will be written off, and we'll probably have to find a replacement for it somewhere down the line and see what we can do. But yeah, effectively, I would say that the police hunt is on. The police hunt is underway there. There's a couple of folks, officers, walking around the yard at the moment, just checking things out, making sure they can, we'll see if there's any other evidence or any other clues or anything like that there. And we'll let them do their thing for a little bit, but we're gonna have to come and see. But there's such a turn of events there really over the last last 12 hours. This has been absolutely horrific. So it has. So we're gonna just have a bit of a walk through the orchard now. There's nothing else we can do here, to be honest. Right now, everything's been wiped down. Everything's been fingerprint dusted where possible, when necessary, and we'll just have to leave it like it is from there, and then come back to it at a later date. But yeah, this is a bit damning really. It's a bit of a brutal pill to swallow. But as we walk through here, you hear the birds are singing. They're in great chorus. It's absolutely stunning. We are due to take another load of veg away. Everything's looking well here. Actually, it's coming on looking very, very nice indeed. Onions as well. Can't fault what the onions are doing. They are really kicking along. And we're gonna have to try and get that taken care of this afternoon. We're probably gonna have to take the Eiffel Williams trailer away with just the tractor trailer, I think. That's the way we'll have to do it. But we will see. We've got another pallet on there that we need to try and get moved on, so I don't know if we can get one more into here. We might do if we squish everything up a little bit. I think that might be the way we do it. I did make the decision yesterday, as we walk through into the main yard here, made the decision yesterday that we're going to get some CCTV installed, following a conversation with the police officer. So we're going to get it installed across all of the buildings here, and also over at the farmhouse there as well. So we'll get that all installed. I spoke to somebody yesterday evening about that there. They're going to get me a quote, and we'll get it all figured out from there. But it's coming. It's coming. That's the main thing. Brick. I got a bricky coming in. Hopefully next week. Let's just get that brick wall blocked up, or that doorway blocked up. And he's also going to be widening another doorway, I do believe. And the yard itself is looking good. We do still have the Pottinger discs, so we're going to get that back out to finish off over here, but also get onto that land on the other side of the road there, where we'll get that work down for some seed. But yeah, this land is looking good. The cereal crops are starting to really kick on. Haven't had that fertilizer about a week ago. But they're starting to show a little bit of an appetite for growing at the moment, which is brilliant news. So at least there's some positive to take away. And we'll see how that looks. But yeah, like I say, it is early, so what we're going to do today, we're going to get the little bit of What I think we're going to do though is have something to eat. It's breakfast time after all. Get that taken care of, and then yeah, we need to get going with our day. So we'll probably start by finishing a little bit of the cultivation work, and then yeah, deliveries. I don't usually start my deliveries at the distribution center until after 9 once I got the bigger deliveries through. So we'll probably look at doing that there, and then yeah, we're looking good. We do also need to get the mower out at some point, just tidy up all of the land around the house there, and see what else is going on. So yeah, that's all to do at some point as well. But yeah, we can get onto that as soon as we can. For now, like I say, breakfast time, and then we'll jump into the tractor. Alright folks, welcome back. Well, as you can see, look at some of our spring barley creep up here. We are in the field that we were, we're heading to the field actually, where all this mayhem and craziness actually started from, really. The field which had the abandoned container hidden away in just that clump of trees over there. But I must say, my, this crop around here is really kicking on now. Looking much better for itself. And we're coming over here just to start working down that land so we can get some grass put into here, grass seed in, so it's got a good start to get some growth this summer. I don't expect much of a crop off it this year, if I'm being honest. It's just to get it in so it gets established well before the colder months of the winter actually do arrive. And when they do arrive, well, we'll be able to just kind of witness that out there. But yeah, it's just so much has changed since we started to mow this down. Really, it's been it's an area that I didn't really expect to come back to so soon. We've been delayed on running over to the distribution center, which I'm fine with because it means that we do get a bit of chance to get this all done, really, which is good. So we're back in with the pottinger now. This time, as you can see, we're coming into plowed land here, so I'll be curious to see how it works. And what this all looks like actually for us, because it'll provide a good seed bed for us. Now I think I mentioned as well just recently that I was looking or toying with the idea of getting another mower because mine had a few bearing issues. I have found a couple actually, and surprisingly they are pottinger. Found a couple of interesting options there. They will just be side mounted things. They will be like 3 meters or so. One's 3, one's 3.5 if memory serves me. So we'll be looking in to see what those look like and see if we can actually get something worked out for that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Get around that corner here. And we're just going to try and lift up. We'll get this little weird dog-leggy shape bit done first. But this actually in this corner here, before we go any further, check out these oats. They're really kicking along here. I am surprised at how much these have shot up here. They are a little bit thin in places still. Not going to be the best crop as you get into it. Doesn't look quite so good. Looks a little bit patchy still there, but we'll give it time to see if it's going to thicken out. But the plants that we do have there at least do look good. There's not too bad either for any kind of trash in the bottom there. It's not looking too bad. And yeah, I'm quite impressed by that. So we'll have to see. But yeah, look at that forward. It's not looking great there. Really, really is. But yeah, like I say, we're going to just get this, get cracking along a little bit more with this. Get this little dog leg done here, and we should be looking good. So my aim is to get this all worked down by the end of the week there. I'd also want to get a little bit of the grass mown down. There's some grassland up at the top of the back field there that we need to do. We need to make sure that is all done so we can get that baled. And then the little patch that I just finished off earlier there, which was the oilseed rape stubble, that is all going to be worked into grassland as well, I think. So we'll get on with that one. And then yeah, next job up really as well, aside from everything but the car, the next job up there is going to be looking at the sheep, really getting those guys in. But the problem is that car was really dictating what we can do at the farm for this year, because it was in theory going to go to an auction house where it could get sold for quite a bit of money. So insurance will have some say in that, but not to maybe the value of a very eager bidder at the auction who's having to fight another collector. That's where the real benefit would have been if that was to have arisen. Now we don't know, that may not have been the case there, and we may have found that it got sold for a fraction of the price, but you know, that was either way, that was going to kind of determine. We knew it was going to have when I spoke to Wayne there, he was adamant that, you know, would be able to put a starting price on there of about 250,000. So that's a lot of money. Now I haven't spoken to Wayne yet. I'm gonna have to ring him up and let him know about the bad news, and we'll we'll see what happens off the back of it there. But it's all very interesting indeed. It's so frustrating as well. But you know, what I'm trying to do right now is concentrate on what I can control, which is the farm, which is the business around the farm, and then the rest of it will handle itself there at some stage. And okay, down we go. But yeah, like I said, we're just going to work this all over. It looks like it's doing a fine job actually again, knocking the tops off the plow, which has had a little bit of time to dry out there now, which is good. But we're going to, you can kind of see how we're just going to take this in two halves really. Oh, there we go. Looking good. And yeah, we'll just get this little odd shape done first, and then all is well. So I hope you all do very well as well. Please do let me know down below how you're getting on. Oh, and what you're working on as well. If there's anything new and or exciting, do let us know. Keep me up to date. Okay. So we'll just head around this corner here. And like I said, this should be all looking pretty good. It's not going to take us too long to do this. We are cruising along here, nice little speed, which I've found, if anything, when you're on some ground with this, speed does help. Speed does make this job an awful lot better there. It allows the discs to work that little bit faster. Really does make sure everything is able to function that bit better as well. So it's fascinating, it really, really is. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I'll be interested to see. I haven't looked at the pricing of this yet. My friend over at the Pottinger demonstration or the dealership hasn't really laid on that yet, so we'll have to see. If it's not too bad, we do need some. Our bit of our old cultivator is not in the best of nicks, that's for sure. But it would be nice to see. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It's doing a good old job. But this ground, we can never do anything more with this ground. It's heavy ground. It's not very good ground either. It would take a lot of work to reinstate it into anything other than grassland, I think. I have to put a lot of inputs in here to turn it around. Need a lot more organic matter, a lot more fertilizer as well on there. Maybe a bit more drainage actually as well, just to get it a bit even. You can see it's a bit swampy in places. Now to drain it out wouldn't be easy or cheap, so we'd have to think about that. A lot of it underground, getting there is quite heavy clay, so that doesn't really help. But for grassland, it'll do. We're not going to graze it. We're not going to damage it by plunging any cattle through it or anything like that. We're just going to mow hay on it, really. I think that's looking like what the plan will be. A good quality hay that we can sell off is all that I need, so we'll try and achieve that one. I do need to get some hay kit though at some stage there, get that all ready to roll, but I'm sure we can figure that one out. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's making a nice short work of this actually. Now, prior to all of this stuff happening yesterday, I was actually looking at, I've got a few numbers to call to speak to them about like a forklift of sorts, and a few rugged, like all-terrain loaders really. Small enough though that it can work in the in and around the orchard farm. That's the key thing they need to be able to do there. But big enough, strong enough that they can lift anything that we need them to lift in there as well. So that's going to be probably put in the back burner for just a little bit there, but we're going to certainly see if we can find something and see what that looks like. But it's what I found that wasn't too expensive yet, and hopefully it stays that way from my accountant's standpoint as well. But I guess we'll find out on that front. And yes, like I say, that should be something that we need next. That's probably going to be the next main thing I think I need. It's just something that I can handle pallets with and shift those around and everything that goes with that. So we'll try and get that one all taken care of very shortly if we're going to. I just need to see if the price is going to be right. It's not at a dealership, it's at actually an old I think they're a chicken farm somewhere actually, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, what we'll do now is I think we'll just, now it's kind of closed off into two different groups here. We'll get this little bit down here done first, and then we'll be good. So what I probably think we'll do, I'm going to get this done, and then the rest of the days is going to be around the yard, just pottering on, waiting to hear from the police and see what they can do. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you an update soon. Doesn't look great, but we'll see, I guess. And if we can find you some news and updates there, then of course we will bring them to you. But for right now, it's not looking ideal. And we'll have to wait and see. Until next time, though, I hope you have enjoyed. My name is Alex. I do hope you have enjoyed this episode of Saving Grandad's Farm, and we'll be back with you as soon as we can be. And until then, though, if you haven't done so, do make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who is hosting everything throughout all of this. And we'll see you in the next one. Till then, though, stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll catch you later.